And once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to FPL Don't Panic. Slight change of plan. I'm going to do the Bishop Brennan Cup now, because I've seen who's winning. I can't wait. Very excited to announce the winner and slag the fecker off. This is probably, I guess, I've got a lot. I'm not quite sure why, as my rank's been plummeting, but the last 4 or 5 weeks I've had a load of new subscribers come on board. So this is probably of most interest to people that have been with me from the beginning of the season, because the FPL Don't Panic Challenge Cup I closed off in game week 10 to be fair to everyone, so that someone wasn't obviously just coming in that was on an amazing score and whoever has been really working hard to maintain their #1 spot, etc., suddenly find someone coming in randomly and taking over at #1 that's like, you know, 233rd in the world or something crazy. Got a little caveat on that though. If there are any new subscribers there, if you're on what I describe as Division 2, where I have actually, even despite my Green Arrows, it's a really tough league, guys. Green Arrows in just about every single one of my other leagues this week for me, except one. This bloody one. It's really hard to get a Green Arrow in this league, guys. Stop it. You're making me look bad. I'm on page 2 now. I've finally dropped to page 2, despite the green this week. It's alright. I'll be on the combat trail. But sorry, just as I was saying, if there are any new subscribers that would actually be interested in joining the league, I can't let you in above a certain points threshold. I don't think that's fair to everyone. But if you are on what I call, as I am now, Division 2 or Page 2, hit me up and I'll see what I can do. But as I say, I do want to keep it fair to everyone. Those that have been working really hard, obviously, to maintain their rank and aim for the actual glorious prize of a New Zealand goodie bag. It's not going to be spectacular, but the prize for the winner will be just a New Zealand goodie bag, which will consist of one of the FPL Don't Panic t-shirts, as the very first winner of that is actually our current #1, has maintained his rank at #1, Richard. Well done. Talk to your team in a minute. But yeah, it'll be an FPL Don't Panic t-shirt, and little bits and bobs, little New Zealand things. It'll be, you know, I don't know, I'll go out there, it'll be like a New Zealand gemstone thing. It's not valuable, but they're just little New Zealand mementos, so a bit of stuff from New Zealand. So hit me up, let me know what point you're on, and I'll make a subjective decision on it, because I do obviously need to be fair to everyone. So I can't have someone sort of coming in, unfortunately, that's, you know, sort of in that, got to be in that sort of top 10, 15. That's just not fair. Even if you're not in the league, maybe just looking at some of these teams and some of our leading players are doing, it's always of interest. I find it always interesting. But what we're playing for on a weekly basis is the coveted Bishop Brennan Cup, which is a little presentation to the top points score on a weekly basis. So what I usually do, I'm just going to have a little quick look at the top 10 here and see how they've been getting on. I'm going to make myself small because I'm going to do this off the live screen this week, so I need to keep myself well out of the way. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it's pretty thin pickings on the old points this week, boys, isn't it? 40 points, Richard, but enough to keep you in that #1 spot. On 1,211 points. Let's have a look at have you kept your place in the top 10k, because you were chugging on along nice. My guess is yes, to be honest with you. I've actually had a look at the world top 10. It's a really tough game week, really tough game week, and there's some of those teams as well that I'm looking at here. Just before I get into this, I think we're going to see a lot of hits taken this week and a shitload of wildcards taken. There are teams now which have got, you know, double and treble United. Who wants double and treble United at the moment? Flags all over the place, you know, with the injuries. I see rotation risks all over the place. This is going to be a chaotic, with the quick turnaround, the number of players that are now flagged, teams with players that you just don't want going forward. You know, like I said, I hate to say it as a United fan, who really wants a double or triple United in the a double United defence I've seen in one case? Ooh. Anyway, Richard, let's get into the interesting stuff. I hope this is interesting to us, obviously interesting, hopefully to people that are in the league, but hopefully it's a little bit of interest as well to any of my subscribers who are not in the FPL Don't Panic Challenge. Richard, what did you do? Did you do any transfers? You did do a couple of transfers. Oh, really pleased to see that, mate. 7,512. Yeah, that's pretty good. Did you actually get a green in overall? What's it like up there at the top? You got knocked out of the overall cup. That was in game week 16. Overall, so yeah, you got a little green because you were about 7,000 last week. That's bet you'd have taken that when you saw you just got the 40 points. That's still pretty good, mate. In this game week that's just gone. Benches are looking even skinnier than mine with all those flags. Hopefully, I hope you'll say Keane's back, and Richards and Rice. I mean, it's actually, you know, good players. So you must have had some bench points coming, I imagine. Calvert-Lewin. Did you have Calvert-Lewin on the bench? Didn't, because he just came. He was rotated, wasn't he? He just came in for the 1-pointer. What else you got there? Yeah, it's not a lot really to talk about, is there? Except that you went Gabriel early, so I think that's pretty sure that was one of your transfers in because you were number 1 last week. So I can remember a little bit about your team. So obviously, I think you went the Gabriel move early. Well done. I nearly went there. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. Hall, Van Heck. It's grim reading, isn't it, Richard? It really is. But hey, listen, Gabriel saved the day for you. You've kept yourself nice and solidly in that top 10k, mate. So really good to see you hanging in there in that top 10k. And that's, you know, just keep going, mate. This team could just as easy go out next week. Just giving my own little ideas around it. Yeah, I mean, that team could easily go out next week and haul you a good 80 points. It's the game we're playing at the moment. It is really, really unpredictable. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. Right, and yeah, no pressure for the rest of the top 10 there, is it? 44 Dean, it's relatively respectable at the moment. Let's just have a quick look. I think you mentioned 1 or 2 moves you were making. You scraped into the top 10k. You have, nice. 2 in the top 10, 2 in the top 10k, good to see. Pretty sure that would have been a little green arrow in the, yeah, nice, mate. This, you know. Richard with, you know, reds and just 4 points more for Dean, and you know, sea of greens there, and into the top 10k because you were just 234 or something outside it last week, weren't you? Good stuff. I know I say it every time, but it's affirmation. How long have you been rolling with this 451? I think you've been doing it for a wee bit, haven't you? This is joy to my heart seeing this. You know, even in this bad game week, you know, just getting your 451 out there, a couple of really good defensive returns, you know, from players. Collins is a really good pick, I think. It's quite tempting, actually. He had a massive purple patch last year, as I recall. You know, Tarkowski, get yourself a little Gavardiol in there, mate, instead of O'Reilly. That would be my thought. O'Reilly's just not doing it, mate, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is. Wouldn't be surprised if he's benched, and we find Gavardiol taking up that left back spot again. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Bugger all in your powerhouse midfield. Apart from Saka, Mr. Consistency. Mr. Consistency. Good stuff, Dean. Love it, and I do, for obvious reasons. I'll take any little bit of affirmation for my decisions I can get. Yeah, just loving to see that 4-5-1 going so well for you, buddy, even in a really tough game week like we've just had. What else we got? Oh, and get rid of Raya. Get rid of Raya, I reckon. Now, that Arsenal defence, I think, is going to start keeping clean sheets again. So the double Arsenal defence could well be the way to go, and it's something I might consider. I've gone double Arsenal attack. I'm comfortable with that decision for now. What do we got? They really are. Big scores are thin on the ground. I'm going to have to go a long way down to find our winner. A long way down. But let's have a look through the top 10. Jacob, 37, but you'll be right up there, 1,205. I don't think you'll be quite in the top 10k. Love to see as many as possible as we can in there. Interested to see what sort of lineup you've gone with the old 352. Mate, a couple of points. You're a couple of points outside the top 10k. And I don't know. I'm not going to look back and see where you took your -4 on. But that 40 that 4 points, I reckon, probably would have, unless it paid off. I don't know who you would have done it for. But yeah, it's thin pickings, isn't it? Really, it's just a fine margin this week between having a low score but a relatively decent game week, as with me, 41 points and 50k green. Although it is tougher to get those rank rises when you're up where you guys are. So good stuff, mate. Hope you make it into that top 10k. That's the top 3, guys. And he's Dorgo. Oh, the offside. Oh, the pain of that. You must have been bouncing, and then to see it ruled out. Virgil, keeping the faith. Fine line, mate. Fine lines. But yeah, 11,022. It's fucking fantastic. And yeah, I mean, that's just 4 points behind Dean. He's in the top 10k. See you there next week, mate. Who else we got there? Yeah, we've got Joseph. That's actually a pretty solid score this week. Joseph with a 47, Ken 49, Lee 49 there, Mike 43, Sam 46, 42 from Bailey, and Sean with a 39. It's hard work, guys. Hard work. Bigger things in game week 20, I'm sure of it. It's actually going to be a high scoring game week 20. That's my another Desi prediction for you lot. Right, we'll troll through this quickly. It's a bit of a sea of sadness, guys. It's a sea of sadness. Yeah, 51 there from John. Anything over 50 is just a good score this week. I mean, in my case, 40, 41, 42 turned out to be actually a reasonably decent score to get any shade of green. We've got 42s, 38s, 30s. Dexter, painful, mate. Danny, 40. Christian, 37, 36, 40, 47, 49 from Dave. Should have got your, yeah, would have got your green there, mate, wouldn't it? 53, Dennis, as I say, 50 is the new 70. 50 is the new 70 this week. We've got 55 there, Stuart. That's pretty decent this week. Very decent, in fact. Mohammed, you've had a couple of reasonable scores. That 52, you've had a few greens in a row now, haven't you? You're on the hopefully catching that wet sail. 37s, 38s, 54 there from Keith. Solid, mate, solid. And Mike Conlon, how are you, buddy? 51, 34, 41, 50 from Shane Mortimer. Good stuff. And other than that, Craig with a 52. So it's showing me there. Still on page 1, but I'm not on page 1 because page 1 is down to 50. I finally dropped out. The only feckin' league I've had a green arrow in, and I'm at 52 with me 1,088. And yeah, and all right, who have we got down here? In the basement. This is where there's a few reasonable scores here. A few reasonable scores. Chris, I may have made a mistake. Chris, that is a magnificent score, mate. Chris, I'm going to come back to you. I thought the winner, but I must have, when I was having a glance through earlier, I think I got it wrong. That's a great score, Chris. And we'll have a look at what you did in a minute. Don't know if you played a chip and whether it will disqualify you, or the chip points be taken off, as in whatever you gained from the chip. We'll come back to that in a second. This is a nail biter. So that's 66. Just really scan this properly. For all the 40s and 30s again. I thought the winner was this fella, who I gave a bit of a hard time to last week. Well, I told him to pull his finger out. Shane. I worked with Shane for many years. He's an Irish lad, lives in Dublin now, here in New Zealand. We both worked together for quite a few years for a data analyst company that analysed information, data, so spreadsheets, etc. I wasn't an analyst. Shane was an absolutely superb analyst. In 2011, our manager entered us into a competition. It was a Rugby World Cup tipping competition, and the prize, just in the office, was to win the rugby jersey of your choice. So I just had a bit of fun with it. and it got to the quarterfinals. And I sort of, I'm leading our company thing. I might win myself a rugby jersey. And I'm like, oh, what's this button here? Oh, it's actually a national competition with over 100,000 people in it. And I'm in about 17,000. And I sort of then worked it out. And I went, fuck, I could win this if I focus. And I did win it. And I said to Shane, I think I can win this thing. He says, you're delusional, Des, you're delusional. I said, no, I think if I just do a little bit of analysis around it. And I wasn't an analyst. Shane was a superb analyst. And fuck me, I won the bloody thing. And yeah, £5 grand. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. And then when I started playing FPL, and I sort of started developing this methodology, as Shane says to me, your methodology is shit, Des. Pull your fucking finger out. Anyway, I don't know if you won the I don't know if you ever won it. I don't think you have, because there is a better score, but good to see him on the comeback trail. Shane McKelly, good stuff. Timber, lovely. It's a good score, buddy, but you really do need to pull your finger out, mate. You're a good player. You're a good player. I suspect you're not too focused this year. Saka, captaincy on Saka. I like that. I like that a lot. And kept the faith with Mateta. The only one person out of 12,876,000 players. You're not focused, are you, Shane? But I'm glad he came in for you. Okay, let's have a look. So unless this guy up here, Chris, has got a triple captain. Chris, I do believe you'll be this week's Bishop Brennan Cup winner. It's a tense moment for Shane, but I reckon the 66 gets it. Just keep the tension going. Yeah, nice, clean 66, even with the -4, 62. A very, very, very clear winner there, Chris. And listen, I don't know if you look at the video I did earlier when I broke down, you know, the sort of rank rises that can be got just by, you know, 1 or 2 decent weeks, or how tight it actually is. Even with that rank, I mean, for any of us, where I am now as well, in that page 2, this season is still recoverable. 1-4-2-8. One decent game week, this will have given you a decent rise. Another one like this, honestly, you can climb those ranks. You really, really can. I like this team. Love Pickford. If I was wildcarding, Pickford would absolutely be in goal for me. Not even a question. No question whatsoever. Timber, Gabriel. Double Arsenal defence. Here it comes. Here it comes. O'Reilly, yeah. I don't know what your money bank's like. Yeah, get Gavardio, mate. Get rid of O'Reilly. He's going to bloody brace or do something crazy this coming game week, isn't he? Just to spite me. Chow, yeah, I don't think Chow's bad at all. Good fixtures coming up for Newcastle. Lots of home fixtures. Van Heck, it is what it is. Bruno G, nice. Probably is one of the midfielders to keep an eye on with some of those Newcastle fixtures. He could be one. He's shown a little bit of a level of consistency. Saka, lovely. Semenyo, yeah. What are you going to do with Semenyo now? You can't. You can't trust his minutes now. He's going to just suddenly not appear on the Bournemouth team sheet soon, and I just don't understand this as a footballing decision. And it's not bitter, isn't it? I wasn't sure, but I United fan. Part of me thought, oh, I'll be okay if we got him, but it's not where we need to buy. United need that central midfield position. We need 2 central midfielders. I just worry that Semenyo, who I think is an absolutely superb player, could end up in the next Grealish or something like that and find himself sat on the bench. We'll see, but I don't think he's an FPL asset anymore. That's my opinion. And yeah, Ekatike, disappointing, and Haaland captaincy. So yeah, that's, you know, given no captaincy return, the game week that we've just had, that is just a brilliant score. Nice one, Chris. Congratulations. You are this week's Bishop Brennan Cup winner. Unfortunately, you haven't been able to get to New Zealand to collect your trophy for the 2,876th week in a row. Yay for me. Chris, brilliant score. For the rest of us who have had largely disappointing scores this week, we live to fight another day. Onwards and upwards. I think it's going to be a good game week coming. It's going to be a good game week. I'm feeling very, very positive about it. Take care, have fun, play your own game, don't panic. I'll be back in the next 24 hours for my own team lock-in. But you can check out the video I did just before this where I pretty much made my decisions. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.